What's going on, everybody? He is I. It's me. It's been a minute. It's a franchise. In case you forgot, one half of the World Club Wrestling Podcast. Man, I miss you guys. I miss the wrestling community. Oh man, I think the last time I did a video, I can't even say I think. I know the last video I did, I addressed the debacle, the madness that is still Vince McMahon stepping down, stepping back, whatever you want to refer to it as the CEO of the WWE, in the wake of sexual misconduct, sexual allegations, sexual harassment, you name it, whatever it is, he's out. And I have a lot to say about that, but I want to wait to I want to wait to the Ace. I am the franchise. I want to wait to the Ace. Me and the Ace is back together to talk about it, because we've talked off. Obviously, we talked about the situation, in conversation and phone calls and things like that. And I know he has a lot to say about it. I have a lot to say about it, especially in the wake of how just it's being perceived in the wrestling community. I know Chris Jericho talked about it. I know Bully Ray talked about it on Busted Open, where it just seems as if the wrestling community they don't care. It's not gonna affect them, and I feel a way about it in a different manner. So I'm gonna talk to the Ace about this. We're gonna sit down and do what we do best in these moments of controversy. But man, it's a lot has gone on inside the wrestling ring, inside the square circle, as well as outside, but we're not going to touch on that right now because, like I said, I want the Ace to be here so we can talk about it. Man, SummerSlam, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, SummerSlam. And this is the earliest we've seen a SummerSlam. I believe this is, this quick turnover time. But I think that's because in September, I think they're putting all their eggs in that basket for that Clash at the Castle in Scotland. I think so. I think that's what they're doing. I know that they are focused on SummerSlam, but it seems as if they're leaning more towards this event in Scotland. But we all know SummerSlam's one of the big five. And we all know what the main event's going to be. I guess it's the last time. Brock Lesnar, the Beast, is looking to regain his title against, the guy, the GOAT. I refer to him as the greatest of this generation, Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, the undisputed, unified, universal heavyweight champion. I know a lot of people are tired of seeing these two go at it. I just seen a video on YouTube, and I seen one of the comments, and it goes like, the guy had said, these two have been fighting since 2015. And I had like, damn near almost a decade? These two have been at it for almost a decade. But it's a draw, especially now. This is the Roman Reigns that a lot of people wanted to see. You know me, I've been very high on Roman Reigns. He's my favorite in the business right now. I've even gone on record on saying he was on the Legends tour. Last year I was talking about it. I was talking about it last year around this time, that he was on his Legends tour and he was gonna take out Cena, and he was gonna take. Matter of fact, Let's go back to that clip, shall we? Roman Reigns is on a Legends tour right now. He is. He's taking out Edge. He's about to take out. Cena. If you want to line Goldberg up next, because Goldberg is 2 to 3 matches a year, put him for Survivor Series. I doubt it because Survivor Series is always champions. It's always the champions from brands. Maybe. Maybe you get him at Royal Rumble. Brock. There you go. You know, I've been Team Roman, you know. Even before when he was when he was the big dog, you know, I may not have been the biggest fan of him at that time, but he was still one of a fan favorite of mine. You know, I just felt though as if this is not the Roman that we need. Now, I remember Jericho used to say it. Jericho was very big on it. Jericho was like, listen, let Roman be Roman. Take the cuffs off. Watch what happens. That's what happens. You know, I watched the special, the Peacock special, well, the WWE special on Peacock, WWE Evil, and the last episode they talked about Roman. Roman talked about this character, this person, who he is, and you listen to the Usos and you listen to everybody close to him, and they was like, yo, this is Roman. This is really how he is. This is really Joe. You know, and this is what you like to see. You know, I know Jericho and everybody says being a heel is one of the best things in the world because you just take your character and you turn it up a notch. A face, you have to be, you know, you're put in a box as a face. With a heel, you're not that. You're not. You're just out there. You're free. You're doing whatever you want to do. That's why I've always liked heels. I've always been more of a heel person than a face. There is certain people that I follow that I root for, whether they're heel or face. But when you are a heel, you have more of my attention, you know. But, like, for example, even with Brock, I love Brock as a heel. Babyface Brock, ugh, don't really like it, you know. There's moments where I love it. Like, I remember when, you know, he was talking, you know, when it seemed as if he was like a psychopath with the way he was his acting, you know, prior to regaining the heavyweight title, having the heavyweight title leading up to WrestleMania. That stint of Brock was something that I enjoyed. You know, but Last Man Standing, I feel though as if the man, the MVP of this story, if you don't know, he was an advocate for the Beast. Now he serves as the wise man to the tribal chief, and that's Paul Heyman, man. Can we take a moment to acknowledge the greatness of Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman is what's pushing this story. Paul Heyman is what is keeping this story going. It's him. Not this Friday, because I'm recording on Saturday, July 15th, or July 16th. Last Friday, Paul Heyman cut an incredible promo. Showing fear. Showing like, oh my God, my tribal chief, I'm scared. You know, I'm scared. I know what Brock Lesnar is capable of. I've seen this for 20 years. I've seen what Brock Lesnar has been able to do when his back is against the wall. What's going to have to come out of you is a Roman Reigns that we've never seen before. You're going to have to dig deep and pull something out of you that we've never seen before. And the way he just hyped this match and the way he hyped Roman Reigns, I swear to you, it was so perfect. And then that Monday when Brock showed up on Raw and Heyman came out. And Heyman told him, he said, I'm gonna get my tribal chief ready. I don't care if he has to take his hand and shove it up your ass and rip your heart out from that hole. I will make sure my tribal chief does that. This is just golden. It's golden. It's everything that we want to hear from Paul Heyman. Because Paul Heyman told him, he was like, this is one streak you're not going to beat. This is one streak you're not going to conquer. And I ain't going to lie. I talked about it in the past. I talked about it in the preview show for WrestleMania. And I was kind of hesitating because if you know, they used to always get Paul, when they start to emphasize records, it makes me think the person's gonna lose. When they emphasized when CM Punk was, had the title for this X amount of time, and then we seen him lose to The Rock at the Royal Rumble. Boom. When Nikki Bella had they were talking about her title reign. She got the record for the Divas title, dropped the title after that. So it's one of those things where it's, I was thinking about it, but then I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, Roman loses his title. What is it going to do for Brock Lesnar? How is that going to benefit Brock Lesnar? Because then who's going to defeat Brock Lesnar? We all know, and pay close attention to the Cody Rhodes storyline. Cody Rhodes came back. We all know Cody Rhodes is destined to win that world title. And I believe that he is going to be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns. I said it before. I said I feel that the person that is going to dethrone Roman Reigns is not in the WWE right now. And at that time, Cody was not in the WWE. And long behold, this is who I think is going to dethrone him. Even if you listen, and I had to think back, I had to go back because I wasn't really into AEW like that. But AEW, when Cody came out, when Cody had his theme music, I believe, excuse the massive truck that just drove by, but I do believe that he says that there's only one royal wrestling family, or something to that degree of it being like there's only one family of wrestling or something like that. And in my opinion, I was like, that's a dig at Roman, because we all know in the family tree, in the wrestling world, the Adewale family, that's it. That's the bloodline of the WWE. When you look at that, if you look at that lineage, you look at that tree, and everybody that has been in the WWE that is of a Samoan background, they have some affiliation with the Adewale family. Period. End of discussion. And I just felt like that was a dig at Roman. And I could just simply see that happening. I can see Cody defeating Roman. Defeating Brock is not going to do nothing. It's not. Yeah, it's going to mean Cody winning the title is going to be meaningful, regardless of who he defeats. But it will mean more if it's Roman. If you look at the story, if you look at how Dusty, Roman can pull Dusty involved. Paul Heyman can do the. Can you imagine the Paul Heyman Cody promos? Oh my God, it will be epic. Epic. If you know Paul Heyman's story, Dusty took Paul in. Had Paul in the writer's room doing all types of stuff. It's so perfect for that story to come together. We're going to get it. He's beating Brock. And this whole theory with the Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler is going to take care of that. We all know Theory is not going to win the title. Okay? If he does, it's not going to be till after Roman drops that belt. That's just my opinion. This is my personal opinion. But I do want to talk about another legend. And I'm referring to Roman and Brock. Theory's not legend. Not of yet. There's been some rumbles. You know, we see the vignettes that started at Money in the Bank of somebody coming to the WWE. And there's a few people that was wondering, oh my God, it's Bray Wyatt and this, that, and the third. But then when you look at the package, you look at the video, you realize, man, this video has Olympic gold medals. This video has glasses that look like Dudley glasses. Has the arm, the sleeves that looks like Hardy Boys. You see a license plate that says Latino Heat. What the fuck does Bray Wyatt have to do with any of this? Nothing. Who's the only person that has affiliation with all these things? And then in the newest one, it really proved it, because you see a John Cena hat. You see the RKO shirt. You see a flannel that is lit on fire. It all comes back to the rated R superstar Edge. We know Edge is coming back. I wish that it is like within these next 2 weeks, because SummerSlam is coming in 2 weeks. We need Edge back before SummerSlam. And I say that because we need to see Finn Balor versus Edge at SummerSlam. That's the match we want to see. They keep this whole Dominic Mysterio and the Mysterios and the Judgment Day. We're seeing all that. And it even makes more sense to bring Edge back for this, because you look at what's going on. You look at Edge's relationship with Rey Mysterio. Then his relationship with with Dominic now. You look at the Eddie Guerrero, part. It all brings back to Edge. Edge is coming back. And he's going to be the rated R superstar. I just want to hear the music. His new music was it was subpar. But we all know Edge. We all love You Think You Know Me. We love that fucking record. We love that theme music. Hands down, we love it. It's golden for us. You could tell I miss talking about wrestling. You could really tell I miss it. But before I end this video, man, I want to give a big shout out to Keith Lee, Isaiah Swerve Scott, winning the AEW tag team titles, man. That was a big thing. I love that tag team. I love that they put these two together. I know a lot of people wanted to see Keith Lee go and do his own thing, but he may not. We all know AEW is, yeah, we know how AEW is. I do want to talk about on the bigger platform, on the full length episode of Royal Club. I do have something that I want to talk about with the Ace in regards of AEW. I don't consider it to be a shot at AEW, but it's a concern that I have with them, with their not with their overload of roster talent, but the injuries that have happened, and the significance of these injuries. I mean, within 2 months, we've lost very important pieces in AEW. I mean, hell, the world champ got injured. They had to replace him with Moxley as the interim champ. You know, and Bryan Danielson is gone, and Adam Cole. These are pivotal people. I mean, Kenny Omega left. He's recovering because he was beat the hell up and, you know, recovering from injuries and things like that. So I have my own opinion, and I'm going to give that, like I said, when I'm sitting down with the Ace, because I want the Ace's opinion on it as well. I mean, we talked about it, but I want y'all to kind of get his opinion on it as well. So, I mean, that's that, man. But I miss y'all. I love the wrestling community. I love this business, this world of sports entertainment. I'll be dropping more content. Me and the Ace is going to probably do more. I'm probably going to get the Ace on here to do a video himself. Just so, you know, y'all can see his face and everything like that. If you watch the video, it's not related to that. But if you watch the other video that I posted, the update, I did say that that's what's going on. If you haven't, go check it out. That explains a lot. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Hit that subscribe button, notification, hit that little bell up there. And then if you like this video or any other video from Royal Club in that playlist, make sure you like it. And if you haven't followed the Royal Club Wrestling Podcast page, make sure you do so on Instagram, RCW_podcast. I know we have not posted a lot of stuff on the Instagram page. That's going to be changing. We're going to be dropping more stuff. We're going to get a little bit more active. You know, that's something that I wanted to do. Me and Ace have talked about it. So be on the lookout for more content coming on our Instagram page as well. Till then, I'm out. Later.